This week at CreativeLaunch, we turned impossible reference videos into perfect recreations, made founders go viral, and even conquered Norwegian voiceovers. Let's see how we did it. This is the first addition to a series we'll be doing called This Week in CreativeLaunch, where I'll just be going over some client orders we got in the past week and what those final outputs looked like. To give a quick refresher, or if this is your first time with CreativeLaunch, here's our platform. The way this functions is clients can go on here and there is a personalized feed for them of different ads that they can take inspiration from. Let's say you like this ad right here, you would come down right here, go to replicate this ad, and then here you can make selections talking about what specifically you like about this. Maybe you want us to copy the editing style, or you like the use of the captions. You can do that, leave some notes down here, go to the next step, and then now this is where the strategy gets fun. You can select a target audience from this curated list we made for you. From here, this is mainly where we'll be doing our strategy and spending our time trying to figure out what the subsets of that target audience are, the right visuals to reach them, the kind of copy, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you through right now what the output of some of these orders have been. First up, a skincare brand that we work with has sent us this reference video asking us to recreate this style with these customer reviews popping up, and then going into just a very visually led ad with like nice copy, just bringing attention to the skincare product. They asked us, can you make ours look exactly like this? And where most agencies would say no, because they take a look at their footage and are like, well, this looks nothing like the reference video that you sent over. We see that as a challenge that we are able to face with strategy. See, they don't have the same content as the brand they sent over. They have different product shots and different actors and whatnot, but they still wanted that same style and visual flow. So that's what we gave them. Copying that same style with the text pop-ups and then making that exact same customer review pop-up showing reviews that they sent over and they wanted us to highlight. And then jumping to that narrative, copying that kind of same soft visual flow with different text, talking about the different features of their skincare routine, leveraging their actors just as the other reference video did to really show the effects and the transformation that can come from this product. This brand was shocked to see how exact we were able to recreate that reference video. You know, you shouldn't be scared by a lack of content because we're still able to copy that same strategy and do our best to take all the elements we can control and squeeze those to be, you know, as close as the reference as possible. Next up is from one of our clients that makes watch bands that are kind of like better for your skin than the normal Apple Watch band. This founder, he made a video on Facebook. It got like pretty good reach, but it's just him talking to the camera. It has a great story and gives like insight to what's going on behind the brand, but he wanted to buffen that up with some B-roll and some better hooks that target his audience better. So the question is, how do you keep that authentic approach of a talking head video while still making it more engaging? Well, that's why by just keeping that authentic approach still have that talking head style, but providing more visuals for what is being said in the audio. And here's what we did with that.
I started a company that sells bands for smartwatches. So I got an Apple Watch for Christmas. He didn't like the band. Tried to buy new ones. How could one watch band be $99? Just a little piece of rubber. So I started a company that sells bands for smartwatches.
So he posted this version and it outperformed the original. And that is just kind of going to show like your existing content is never trash. It's raw material that can just be built upon. So if you send it to us, we'll probably surprise you with what we can do with it. So another case by that same smartwatch brand, they found this sale video and they really liked this style here with this like building a bundle, showing how you can get like multiple of these items for now at a sale price. This was the biggest sale the brand has ever announced. So they really wanted to nail this announcement. And so we put our best editors on the job and had them recreate that pretty much one-to-one. Here it is. The brand owner was astonished how, 1-to-1 we were actually able to make this ad. That just goes to show, like, if you see an ad you love and you want to mimic it, but you don't want to go through the process of, thinking if you have the right content or just trying to like really figure out what nailed that visual style, just send it over to us and we'll do that for you. In this next case, we had a brand reach out to us that makes these kind of snacking cups for kids. It's just meant to hold your drink and your snacks and not kind of spill everywhere. They were very set on their target audience of new moms, but they came to us because they wanted 5 different ways to approach that. So when we got that request, the first thing we did was dive into the customer reviews, and we just wanted to see the different mindsets why a mom would purchase this product. So here's a little behind the scenes of the briefs we make for our editors, but we wanted to test 5 different hooks, each targeting a different subset of that target audience. First, we have the nervous flyer. This is targeted towards parents that, are tired of going on the plane with their kid and snacks getting everywhere. So here's what we made for them.
Flying with your child for the first time, this snacking cup actually stays put.
This next target audience was the social proof seeker. This is more targeted towards moms that maybe get FOMO from like other moms and like want to implement their techniques when it comes to their child. So we made them this.
Other moms keep asking me where I got this cup.
The third target audience was the product overwhelmed parent. This is just for the new moms that find themselves buying a bunch of different cups and all these different things that they don't really need when they could just buy this product. So we made them this.
Wish I knew about this before buying 10 different baby cups.
And then for the fourth one, this was the mess management mom. This is just the mom who is just very worried about being out in public and having their child make a giant mess with their snack. Luckily, we found this comparison video where they tested their product versus another, and here's what we made them.
Gravity takes over when your toddler's involved, but spills don't have to.
And then the fifth target audience, which I think was going to be a big one, is the on-the-go mom. These are just the moms that are, carrying their kids in strollers at Disneyland or on vacation and want to make sure they're being properly fed while not getting things everywhere. Here is what we made them.
Disney, airports, car rides. One cup handles it all.
So yeah, the rest of the ad looks the same for all these videos, but we wanted to test different angles because once we see which subset of the target audience worked the best, we can double down on that one in the next ad. In this day and age, if you have limited content and you're only working with one product, that doesn't mean you should have limited ad angles, because with things like AI, voiceovers, and copy and all the strategies that we employ at CreativeLaunch, we can really squeeze the most out of what you have. Now, this last case might not be very specific to you, but I think it is certainly interesting to highlight. We had this Norwegian brand reach out to us, and they had told us that they had worked with other agencies in the past and that they had never been able to nail the voiceover of their ads or the captions. At first, I honestly had no idea how to approach this task. The text-to-speech AI generator that we used did not have a Norwegian option. So what I started doing is diving into our team. And luckily, I found that one of our editors was from Norway. He was more than happy to do the voiceover for this and make sure that the captions we used throughout the ad were accurate. So I'll just play a little snippet of that to show you what I mean, even though this probably won't make too much sense to you.
Her er grunnen til at robotstøvsugeren din ikke renser som før. Møt den komplette vedlikeholdsløsningen som gir roborocken din et nytt liv.
The client was very happy with this ad. They said it was the first time an agency had really been able to capture those kind of like Norwegian cultural nuances and speaking patterns. Yeah, if you're working with a product and audience that is outside the English language and you're not having a lot of luck with other agencies, throw it to us and I'm sure we'll, get creative and give it our all. Yeah, 5 different challenges, 5 perfect solution. Whatever ideas you have for your ads and you think that's not possible, my content can't do that, throw it to us. I think you'll be surprised as long as you're, very specific about when ordering from these reference videos. Tell us exactly what you like, leave any notes you would like, include whatever selling points you want, whatever target audience you want to hit on, and we will do our absolute best to mimic that strategy and really show you the full potential of your content. I'll see you in the next one.